everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be setting up my September bullet journal pages for my main bullet journal. My theme for September is cottagecore / cozy and fall and autumn, and the country diary of an Edwardian Lady, which is a journal which was kept by a lady named Edith Holden, and she kept a lot of sketches and watercolors, and she would write down quotations about each month and tell you what was going to be blooming, the feast days of that month, and then she would keep a little kind of observation journal about what was going on in nature, in the fields around where she was living. And I just think it's so cute and so cottagecore, and she's got all these great scripts and fonts, so I was really excited to use this as inspiration. Another resource that I used was the Treasury of Flower Designs, which is a kind of like a coloring book from Dover, I believe. I will have the link in the description. And it's a resource for artists or textile artists, anybody who might want to use it. And it just has tons and tons of different flower designs in it, of flowers in kind of big line art. And it's super useful for me for just having a reference for the flower. The flower that I chose is a marigold, which I always enjoyed watching bloom when I was growing up. It's not technically a fall flower. I think it kind of blooms most of the summer, and I think it could bloom into the fall, depending on when it was planted. However, the color scheme works really well for fall. It has oranges, yellows, reds, and totally gives off that warm leaves changing aesthetic. So I did the marigold, and then it doesn't exactly match the quotation that I picked. The country diary has a set of quotations for each month, and so I picked some of those for each page of the spreads. and the one that I picked for the cover page talks actually about a poppy. So it doesn't match the marigold. However, I did do a poppy on the following page to try and get a poppy in there to match the quotation. This page is my goals page and my habit tracker. So I have the poppy on the upper left side to kind of match the quotation, and then on the lower right side I have a forsythia, which is a spring flower, and there's really no excuse for that, excepting my mom likes forsythia. I grew up kind of always looking for forsythia, and it's just a flower that has fond memories for me. And it's yellow, so it really matches the red, yellow, orange moment we have going on here. So I have the flowers, and then this spread definitely kind of gets away from me. I've been using a lot of stickers, so that was one of my attractions to doing this theme. I have all these gorgeous fall stickers. I will link the brands. I'm using mostly My Mellow Days stickers, which are gorgeous. However, the double-edged sword of working with stickers is I lose all of my self-control when it comes to putting stickers onto a page. As soon as I've placed one, there's a 5-year-old inside of me that takes over, and suddenly the page is covered in stickers and it's looking a little unruly. And that's kind of what happened to these two spreads. They really they got a little out of hand. So yeah, this spread is not my favorite, and I super tried to rein myself in for the remaining spreads, so if they look a little sparse, it's because I was afraid to let myself go anywhere. If you're wondering why I'm only doing the last 20 days of September on my habit trackers, it's because I actually started making these spreads on September 9th or so. So I wasn't going to write in the first 10 days and try and backdate them. Sometimes I will do that if it's important to me. Like I have a daily kind of line a day spread that I do, and that one is more important to me to backdate, so I'll go through like my texts and things to figure out what I was doing on a certain day. However, for stuff like habit tracker, and then later you'll see in the weeklies, I only do weeklies for the weeks of September I have remaining to me. So unfortunately that is a little less inspo for you guys. However, it is first and foremost, a tool for me to use. And I'm not a big believer in wasting space on pages that are defunct literally as I'm making them. So this page has my line a day tracker, which I'm calling diary here because that's honestly what it turns out to be. It started out as a highlight of the day, but sometimes I just write kind of a little summary of the day. So diary works too, and I think it's a little more Edwardian feeling. And then my mood tracker. So for my mood tracker, I actually took inspiration from a mood tracker that I did a couple bullet journals ago before I was doing it on YouTube. I had this purple crystal themed mood tracker where they went around in like a circle, and I had a different crystal size for each day, and the warmth of the color of the crystal was the mood. So I kind of recycled that, but I'm doing leaves, obviously for September, fall leaves in kind of a wreath. So the different colors of leaves indicate the mood. I've got red, orange, brown, and yellow. And then I have a key at the bottom with the Mellow Day leaves stickers. So there's 30 leaves in the wreath, one for each day of September, and I put the number for the day right next to it. You would really have to zoom in to see it. So hopefully it will kind of show in like a changing leaves way my moods throughout September. I think it should look really cool. So this spread is for my expense tracker on the left and then my fall to-do list on the right. So I tried to use stickers that match the vibe of those pages. So for expenses, I did a pancake sticker, a sweater, and then some pearl-studded boots. And then for the fall to-do list spread, I have some homemade bread, some pumpkin patch kind of stickers, and leave a comment below. What do you guys make sure to do every fall if you have any traditions or things you like to do? I have pumpkin patch, apple picking, and carve a pumpkin on my list right now, but I would love to expand that, so let me know what you guys do. So this is my first weekly, and as promised, I am starting it actually with September 12th and not the beginning of September. My theme for this page in particular was more browns. So I tried to give each weekly kind of an overarching color scheme. So this first weekly is more brown, and then the second one is more of a kind of a corally, pinky maroon. And then the last one is kind of a yellowy orange. So for the format of these weeklies, I am taking a much more kind of free-form approach where I'm just kind of plopping down the highlighter for the label of each day at sort of random spots, trying to get, 6-day tag labels out there, one for each day of the week, and then I have one for the weekend, and just kind of going with that. And I think it's kind of fun, and it makes your page look more organic and freeform and less regimented, because I love the page that really looks messy and looks free and fun. So yeah, I really am enjoying how these are turning out. So for my quotations for the weeklies, I did a few kind of iconic fall quotes for me. These first two weeklies are not from the Country Diary. The first one is from a song called Indian Summer, which I sang in choir in college. The lines go, "These are the days when birds come back, a very few, a bird or two." And it's kind of about that early fall, super warm time when you've had the first cold snap and then things go back to being warm. And that's weird, almost summery feeling. And then the second quote is, "Margaret, are you grieving over Golden Grove unleaving?" which is from the poem Spring and Fall by Gerard, Manley, Hopkins. And this was probably my favorite poem while I was growing up. It's about this little girl who sees, this grove of trees, and it's losing all of its leaves in the fall, and she's crying about the leaves falling. And there's just so much there about like the worlds that she can see and the empathy that she's able to feel that adults have lost access to. I don't know, there's so much there about like childhood and empathy and imagination and what we ignore. I don't know. So yeah, it was my favorite poem growing up. And then for the third quotation on the third weekly, I have the Country Diary quotation, "Best I love September's yellow, morns of dew-strung gossamer, thoughtful days without a stir, rookie clamors, brazen leaves, stubble dotted o'er with sheaves, more than spring's bright uncontrol, suit the autumn of my soul." And that is by Alex Smith. So that is my September theme, and here is the flip through. I hope you enjoyed watching. I definitely had a very fun time making this theme. It's always nice to go back to kind of something that's cozy and warm, especially as we get into fall. Do let me know if you have any traditions or things to do on your fall to-do list. I'm looking to expand mine. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.